Hello and welcome back. If you can't tell, pretty early in the morning with the sunrise, and there's my welder in the way. Oh, put that right in my way. Or I put the camera on the wrong shot. Whichever one, you know. Let's do it like that a little bit, maybe that'll help. There, how's that? So obviously, Pontiac C10 is back. Bonneville, it's done. It's still here, but it's done. Now I can get back on this. Now I'm assuming you expected I painted that already. Well, I procrastinated. And I did have a good reason to procrastinate in a sense. It's because it was springtime when I did that. The beginning of springtime. You get a lot of rain in springtime. A lot of humidity in the air. So I was like, I'll wait until the dry part of summer. So I can come out and do it in the morning. And back it back under that carport that becomes like an oven and let the paint bake. So that's my plan there. So in the meantime, I'm gonna finish the body work on the bed, or attempt to. I should have done this first time because this is one of those, I should have done this early on in the stages of building this truck or rebuilding it after, you know, whatever, you know, when I decided to swap the tank. But obviously you guys know, didn't really know which direction I wanted to go on that yet. I think I figured it out. I'm just gonna roll with it. Also, I've been kind of procrastinating on that too because it's some work. The fear of screwing things up and not doing it right and perfection, which I need to remember. This is a daily driver. It don't need to be perfect. I don't care for perfect hot rods anyway. I enjoy the Bonneville driving it like it is. It's not perfect. I enjoy it though. So I need to keep telling myself. If there are flaws in it, because there's flaws in the rest of it, I need to remind myself, it's not perfect. Enjoy it. So the plan is to relocate this door back here, which unfortunately, because of this curve and everything, I have to put a little bit further back than what I want to for the filler neck location on the tank. That sucks. I'm gonna have to cut one of the braces and brace it back up and all that good stuff. May make some tubing and use less rubber hose to go to the filler neck, which would be cool, you know. And then you're probably wondering, what about the bed? Because they have that little hump there for the filler neck. Well, I made one that's a little taller and a little longer than the factory hump that's back there. So I'm gonna cut the bed out over here, put this in, and then recoat it. But the first thing to do is protect some of this stuff from sparks. So I'm gonna cover some of that up. And yeah. It's also the first time I've had it out in a while, so I kind of checked over everything, especially since I brought those other cars in. And make sure there wasn't nothing living in it, you know. I am not looking forward to this. Not one bit. But it's too late to go back now, and I'm already cutting lines crooked. It's crooked. It bothers me. Hello? Almost. Luckily, that I think I can just take a hole saw and do that side for this little whoop, and then the filler neck. Oh boy. What have I gotten myself into? It's pretty sturdy though, so I mean obviously metal warps anyway, but fun. Well, half of it's, quarter of it's done, I guess. Now I gotta find a good spot for this. See, I need something more flat than that radius, I think. So I need to be a little bit more there. The problem is, this rolls faster than that side. But what I need to do, obviously, is, you know, and yeah, and then, yeah, and see about where I need to be. I mean, the thing about the gas tank over here was the filler neck. There. Don't need that bug around. You know, the saddle tank, it went right there. Now the problem is I'm trying to go through here down. Luckily, where the filler neck opens up, the frame drops right there, so that's where they designed it. So that's at least something. This is a little scary. I ain't gonna lie. I just need to remind myself that metal's fixable. You can always call it a favor if I mess up the metal too bad, but you know, whatever. We're just gonna roll with it, I guess. Here we go. I also gotta remember I gotta reuse this over there, so I don't want to mess it up. Aw, man, there's more work than what I thought needed to be done here. There's a I don't know, that brace is probably a good thing, I guess. It's not gonna allow me to weld behind it like I had planned, but again, I'm gonna have to cut metal out of here anyway, so. Come on! Okay. Whee! Let's see how that looks. This is the plan. Or was. Jesus. Alright, well, son of a... Yeah, I cut that way wrong. Oops. I mean, that might make it easier on this side, though. You know, for this. Yep. Yep. A little easier, I guess. Hello. First time seeing up inside here. Hey, I can coat this side now with the inner fender to keep it from rotting. That's sharp. I was afraid I'd do that. I don't know if I got a piece of metal big enough laying around to fill that gap, but I need to address this first. So I'm going to spend a few minutes to, you know, zip, zip, whip, zip, 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 and all that good stuff. So, and you know, let's be honest, I quit my job recently. And I feel like a whole nother person. I feel like I should again. I'll probably square that off, actually. So, yeah, I feel great. Great. And if you ask anybody that ever worked with me, One of my things was always, why aren't you doing sound effects? Sound effects make everything work better. So when you hear me jibbit, that's actually the real me. So there, a little bit more cutting, and I guess we're gonna see what happens. I think should be. That should be enough. I hope. I think I can work with that. I think a little bit of zip zip tip tip zap zap tip tip zap tip zap and tap. Little zap and tap. And bring that down. Right there is the only. Okay. I also gotta, you know, do this, so yay. Eyeball here, I can see the bed through there, and you can see that arch. Let's hope that this covers it up, or it's close enough to weld. Oh yeah, nope, perfect, covers it up. Perfect. Alright, well, that's one step done. Oh, there it is. Well, might be a little more attention to detail to get this in there. Alright, let's tack it in. Hopefully, everything's fine. Finger's a little too close there. Turn the heat down a little bit more and I think I'm okay. Now I'm gonna have to slowly work this while I'm having a shop cut me a piece of metal to fit that one out of the same gauge that the bed is, because I couldn't find that exact same gauge of metal laying around here that was big enough to fill it in. But I'm going to keep working on this until it's done. I think we'll be alright. Time for a little filler. That little bit right there. Spread it. Wipe, spread, repeat. Man, I do not have fun doing this. Not at all. Oh well. I will see y'all back in a few. It's a pretty hot day outside and I haven't done Bondo in a while, so trying to do a large area dried a little fast on me, even though I tried to mix it light, but it's almost dry. I'm gonna sand, Then probably put another layer, get it flat, and then sand again, and then primer. Now it's time for a little bit of glaze putty, and then some primer, because I'm going to call it for today. There's a couple imperfections here and there that are really small, and I don't want to get more Bondo out, so I'm just going to glaze it real quick, all these little small pinholes and such like that. Then start painting, because I've still got a little bit of sanding to do on the fenders, which ain't a big deal. Now I got the old truck almost ready to finish the fenders and that one bedside. And of course, routing the fuel neck will come later. But hopefully next time you see this, the paint will be done and it'll look a lot better. Hoping to get that finished up here pretty soon so I can continue on working with it. Putting new stuff on it and all that good stuff, starting to make it look like a truck again. Excuse me. What's going to come down to is the engine and the rear end mostly. Got the transmission. Drive shaft, I think I can use my old drive shaft. How safe that's going to be, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if that drive shaft can handle it or if I just need to build a new one. May just need to build a new one to be safe. Yeah, that looks a whole lot different with that, you know, filler neck on that end. But you know what? It's probably going to work. I just hope that when I build the rest of the system, it'll fill up fast and not be one of those like squeak, squeak, squeak fill ups, you know? So, yeah. You know what? It wasn't the easiest way to plumb it. But, or to put the filler neck there rather than put it in the bed like a lot of people. Oh, let me show you one other thing. Ta-da! It don't look the best either, but you know what? It's there. And that hump looks like it belongs, so... But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish the paint and body work, and then go from there and start doing the rest of the truck and getting it finished up. There's also the matter of the hood and the grill. I got a Phantom billet. I really don't want to go the Phantom billet route. I want a split grill somehow. Not sure how I'm going to achieve that yet. Split grill in the hood is going to make the difference on this car or this truck to make it look more like a Pontiac truck. And I'm just going to tell everybody that it's just one of those, since this is 1981, that this was a prototype truck for Pontiac and it only has a 301 in it. I think I might fool some people, you know? At least that's the plan. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, thanks for watching.